Okay, similar problem to the last one on page 7. This is section 3.6, page 8. Again, we want to do f composition g at the derivative of that at the given value of x, so at x is 1/4. And again, if we write this out using the chain rule, we'll have that f of g of x, this derivative, is the nested functions. That's f of g of x prime, which is outsidemost f prime times g of x times the derivative of the inside g prime x at x is 1/4. We'll have f prime of g of 1/4 times g prime of 1/4. All right, let's just start figuring out some things. Right here, we need g of 1/4. So let's look right here. G of 1/4 is pi times x. So pi times 1/4, which is pi over 4. So now we have f prime of, all right, g of 1/4, that's pi over 4, times g prime of 1/4. All right, now let's find f prime of pi over 4. Oh boy, look at that f function. So I'm going to come over here. F of u, and let me rewrite this, u plus, okay, that cosine squared's in the bottom. How about we bring that up so we don't have a quotient rule? Cosine u to the -2. And now when we do the derivative of u, that's just 1, plus this -2 comes down in front to the -3rd, then times the derivative of the inside. Derivative of cosine is negative sine u. And let's clean this up a bit. This is 1 plus, we'll have a -2 over cosine u cubed, times this negative sine u. I'm going to put that sine u up here and then get rid of that negative sign. So we have that 2 sine u over cosine u cubed. Now let's find f prime at pi over 4. 1 plus 2 sine pi over 4 over cosine pi over 4 cubed. All right, pi over 4, sine square root 2 over 2, cosine square root 2 over 2. So we have 1 plus 2 times square root 2 over 2 over square root 2 over 2 cubed. Now, one of the things you can do, rather than multiplying this 2 times that square root 2 over 2, look at this. Couldn't we take one of these square root 2's, right? Square root 2 over 2, and cancel out one of them down here? So now we have 1 plus 2 over square root 2 over 2 squared. All right, 1 plus 2 over, and the square root 2 over 2 squared, that's 2 over 4, which is a half. So we have 1 plus 4, or 5. Oh my, not quite done yet. That's just f prime of pi over 4. Whew. That's a 5. Now we need g prime at 1/4. I'm going to come down here again and rewrite what g is. g of x is pi times x. So g prime of x is pi, just the constant. So g prime at 1/4 is still pi. G prime is not dependent on what that x value is here. So g prime at 1/4 is pi. And our final answer here is 5 pi. Ooh, I think you can't see it. Let me scooch it over a little bit. Sorry about that. Pause it if you need to see. Now we can say, whew, we're done. Thanks for tuning in.